Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. We have started with the civics first lesson, understanding the government, right? So, we are going in detail about the functions of government. We have seen what is government. We have seen that there are some basic functions of government, right? So, with this we will go in detail what are all the functions of government. The first and foremost function of the government is to lay down the rules and regulations to maintain the law and order in the country. See, the government has to make sure that the rules are being followed by everyone. They have to lay down the rules and regulations and they have to maintain the law and order in the country. Clear? And they can very well punish the people who do not follow the law. Clear? So, whoever does not obey the rules of the country, they can very well be punished by the government. And the government is very much responsible in settling any kind of disputes in the country. Any internal disputes, maybe between two states or within a state itself. So, any kind of disputes inside the country, it has to be settled by the government, and government has to make sure that the country is maintaining peace. Clear? Then it is responsible for maintaining a very good relationship with the foreign countries, the other countries, any neighboring country for that matter. Okay? It has to make sure that a good relationship is being maintained with the neighboring country so that the country is safe from the wars. Okay? There will not be any foreign attack or any war against the country. And it has to be, the country also should be safeguarded with the help of military sources. What are all the military sources? Military sources are nothing but army, navy and air force. Clear? So, all these are the military forces. With the help of these forces, government has to make sure that the country is safe from the foreign attacks. Okay? Then it has to ensure, the government has to ensure that every citizen of the country gets his basic amenity. What are all the basic amenities? Food, clothing and shelter, we usually say, right? But being a citizen of a country, everyone has the right to get food, water and even electricity. Okay? So, this has to be made sure by the government. Then it should involve the government itself should involve in the development activities of the country, like construction of buildings. It is not simply a building, it can be any IT park which is built by the government. It generates revenue for the government. By building and giving these buildings on rent, government will get a standard income, right? And with that, government helps us again in turn with many developmental activities. Clear? So, many development activities should be involved by the government, like construction of buildings and maintaining of roadways, railways and everything. Okay? So, this has to be made sure by the government. Then the government has to provide public transportation. Clear? Government has to provide public transportation which is available for everyone. Okay? So, anyone can transfer in public transport. So, what is the example of public transport? We have buses, government buses, we have trains, all these are public modes of transport. And government has to make sure that the healthcare and education is available for everyone. Okay? No one should be denied the right of giving proper healthcare and education. Everyone should get these both. Then government has to provide employment to all. Employment. There should not be any unemployment in the government. That is the duty of government. Unemployment should not be there. Clear? Then government also should ensure the economy is stable. So how can it maintain the stable economy? It can issue currencies to the public, then it can prepare budgets so that any expense of the government does not go beyond the budget. It can collect taxes from the people and the very big corporate companies, export tax, import tax, everything can be collected, and it can control and regulate the trade activities of the country. Okay, so all the trade activities, so let it be export, import, or even internal trade within the country, it has to be monitorized and controlled by government. And it has its very important duty of rescuing people from the natural disasters, any natural disaster, because we will not be prepared for any natural disaster, right? Any natural disaster does not say and come to us. So for any natural disaster, government should make sure that it can easily rescue the people from the disaster, earthquake, tsunami, flood, fire, accident, whatever happens, government has to make sure that it rescues the people properly. And it is also responsible for the environment. We are seeing that many trees are being cut, the sand from the river beds are being stolen. So all these things, government should check on these things, and it should check that these natural resources are not over exploited. Clear? So all these measures government has to check, and it has also an important function of controlling the pollution also. So all these are the first and foremost important functions of government. Now moving on to the levels of government. There are various levels of government. See, when a country is big, a single authority cannot control the complete country, right? So even a single authority cannot control the entire state. Only one person cannot control the entire country. The same way, a single person cannot control the entire state. So the government is divided into various levels. Okay, so the first level is central government, and the next is state government, and the last one is local government. So with the words itself, it gives us a clear picture, right? So central government is responsible for the country on the whole. Simple. Okay, so it looks after the administration. Okay, so this is for country. Okay, so it looks after the administration of the entire country. This is the highest level of government. Okay, so the seat of the central government is said to be the capital of the country. Okay, so for India, the capital of the country is New Delhi. Very good. So this is how the central government is formed. And for India, the central government also governs the 7 union territories. Okay, so all these union territories also comes under the central government. Clear? Then comes state government. So as we have seen, central government controls the entire country. So what is the work of state government then? State government controls the entire state. It takes the control of the state completely. Okay, so the administration of the state, and this state government comes under the control of central government, which means state government is answerable to the central government. Okay, and in India we have 29 states, and each state has its own government. Okay, so the state government takes care of the internal affairs of the state. So it is the duty of the state government to maintain the law and order inside the state, and it is the duty of central government to maintain the law and order overall in the country. Clear? So then comes local government. Local government comes under the control of state government. Okay, so the order is like this. The highest authority is central government. From central government comes the state government, and from the state government local government comes. So in turn, local government is answerable to state government, and state government is answerable to central government. Clear? So this looks after the administration of villages, small towns, districts, and all these small units are being governed by local government. So it is under the control of state government. So these are the three forms of government. So there are various systems of government also. So the system where the political authority, that is the control of the state, okay, the control of the state is divided between both central and state, then it is called as federal system of government. Okay, so the same way the political authority is controlled by only one authority, that is the central or the national government, then it is called as unitary system of government. Two systems of government, one is federal system and the other one is unitary system. Clear? So these are the two systems of government. So federal system is nothing but the power of the country is with both, okay, both central and state governments. That is federal system. And what about this unitary system? The power is only with central or national government. So that is unitary system. So for India it is partially federal and partially unitary. So both systems are there in India. So there are various, we have seen the forms of government and the systems of government. Now there are various organs of government, that is government is not only the topmost official but it is divided into further groups so that each and every part of the country or state is being regulated properly. Okay, so the organs of the government are nothing but, why are they set up? Because to ensure that the law and order is maintained all over the country smoothly and everything goes on proper functioning, to make sure these three organs of government is there. The first thing is the legislature, then is the executive, and the third one is judiciary. So these three are the organs of government. So we will see in detail about the organs one by one. The first thing is the legislature. Legislature is the first and foremost, the topmost organ of the government, which is responsible for the entire country. Okay, so the legislature makes the laws. Okay, it makes the laws that is applicable for the entire country. That is the job of legislature. Okay, legislature is a common word, and for India the laws are made by the parliament, right? By the parliament, and the parliament functions through two houses. One is Lok Sabha and the other one is Rajya Sabha. In detail we will be studying about this in future lessons. So this is just the overall picture of what is legislature. Okay, so this makes the laws for the country, right? Laws and rules are being enacted by the legislature, and in India it is parliament, and parliament has two houses, Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Then the law enacted by the parliament is applicable all over the country. So any particular part of the country cannot say that this law is not applicable to us, because all states and all parts of India comes under this legislature. So any law passed by this parliament is applicable to the entire country. And it is the parliament, see, while it is the parliament to the entire country, it is the parliament for the entire country. The same way the individual legislature for every state is there. That is called as legislative assembly. Clear? So when it was for the nation, it is legislature. Okay, when it is for country, it is legislature. The same way when it is for a state, Okay, when it is for a state, it is legislative assembly. Clear? So, and every state, all the 29 states has their own legislative assembly. Okay. So, moving on to the next organ of the government, the executive. So, what is the work of the executive? We have seen that laws will be imposed or the laws will be enacted by the legislature for the country. The laws will be imposed or enacted by the legislative assembly for the state, right? So, the same way the laws enacted by the legislature and legislative assembly will be executed by the executive. That is, the executive's work is to take care that the laws are being followed all over the country. Clear? So, it has the power to enforce the laws made by the legislature. So, for the enforcement, to make people clear about the laws and to make sure that it has been followed, that is the work of the executive. Clear? So, what is the group of, what is the executive consist of? That is, the executive consists of a group of people, right? So, who are all they? See, for the central level, that is for central government, the executives are nothing but the president, prime minister, council of ministers and the civil servants. All these people together forms the executive body at central government. For central government, it is president, prime minister, council of ministers and civil servants. Civil servants are nothing but the people IAS, IPS, IFS. There are many civil servants all over the country. Okay. So, this is all about the civil servants. Okay. So, these people are the executive body at central government. The same way the state government also has its executive body. Then who are all there? The council of ministers and civil servants are going to be there also, but only the president and prime minister will change. Why? Because the state has its own governor and chief minister. Fine. So, the governor, chief minister, council of ministers and again the civil servants form the executive body at state level. Clear? So, the final organ of the government is judiciary. Okay. This organ is the part which finally comes after the executives, right? So, what do is they ensure that every citizen of the country follows the rules. Clear? So, that is the work of judiciary. Clear? So, they have the, see, it interprets the law. Okay, that is all about judiciary. So, it interprets the law and makes sure that they are abided by the people, and that department is called as judiciary. Clear? So, they have the authority to punish the people who does not follow the rules and laws. Clear? So that why are they being punished? Why should we punish those who do not follow the rules? Because this will see, if they are going to go by their own rules, then it will affect the people who are following the rules also. So, we should make sure that the people who are not following the rules will be provided punishment so that everyone will be under justice. Clear? So, the judiciary department is further like it operates through the court. Okay, we would have heard the term courts. So, this is the place where this judiciary department work. So, the court is headed by a judge. Clear? So, court and the head of the court is judge. Okay. And when it comes to the central government, the highest level of court is Supreme Court. Okay. The Supreme Court is the highest judicial body. And this Supreme Court is located in the capital of the country. The capital of our country is New Delhi. So the Supreme Court is located in New Delhi. Clear? The same way, at the state level, there is the highest level of court, that is High Court, and it is located in the capital of the state. So High Court is the highest judicial body at state level, and it is located, for Tamil Nadu, it is located in Chennai. Okay. So apart from this, there are district courts at all the districts all over the country. Clear? So based on the forms of government, we have seen this earlier, there are like, see, how are these governments being derived? Based on the power how they get, based on the power they get, whether it might be hereditary or it can be taken from someone forcefully or it can be given by the people. Okay. So based on that, the government is divided into monarchy. These are the main forms of government. Okay. We are not worried about the other parts which we have seen earlier. These are the main forms of government which is prevalent even today. So monarchy, dictatorship, democracy, and many more forms are there, but these three are the most important forms of government. So moving on to monarchy. See, the countries having monarchs as the head. Monarch is nothing but a king or a queen of the country. So having monarch as a head is called as monarchy. Simple. Okay. And it is usually hereditary. We have seen already, the son or daughter of the king or a queen will continue to rule the country. So this is hereditary. But they rule the country, but the real powers are with the minister. The prime minister will be chosen by the people and he will have all his powers. Clear? So they just function only in the name, that's all. So for example, it is UK, Bhutan, Morocco, Netherlands and Qatar. Okay. And moving on to dictatorship. Okay. Dictatorship is nothing but the rule of a single person or a very small group of people who has absolute power. Okay. They have absolute power over the country. So these people, what do? They take powers forcefully from someone. So these people are called as dictators. Clear? So what do? They use their power. See, being a ruler of a country, they will have many good powers also, but what they did, they used their power to treat people like slaves. Okay? They treated people like slaves and they denied the rights and the liberty of the people. They didn't allow the people to live freely. They denied all the rights which are eligible for the people. They denied everything for the people. So the example is North Korea, Sudan and Rwanda. Then comes democracy. Democracy is the rule of people in simple words. Okay, it is the rule of people. But it is not that people go and they rule themselves, right? So what people do? They elect someone as their representative, someone to represent us from ourselves. So they will be elected and they will rule the people, right? So as the person is being elected by the people itself, they are answerable to the people for each and every action they do, right? For each and every action, they are answerable to the people because people have made them a leader. Clear? And public participation is more in democracy. So because people elect themselves, they are creating a ruler, right? So public participation is more. And the democracy is nothing but a government of the people, by the people and for the people. So the example of democracy is India, USA and France. Clear? So with this we have come to the end of our first session about governments. We will see more in our next session. Thank you. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha.